Mr. Young, are you ready to confess? I'm going to need you to say either yes or no for the microphone.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything you need before we get started? A drink?
Cigarettes. I'd like a cigarette.
This is Dr. McCall with Stanley Young, Evaluation and Confession. Start whenever you're ready, the tape's recording.
It started as notes on a page. There were voices in my head saying things, saying words, but the words didn't make sense. But I kept writing. I kept writing because I knew that if I stopped, then the voices would stop, and I'd be alone again. And the silence in my head would be back, and it would just be me. It's just me then, and I don't like being alone. It's too quiet. It's too quiet to think, and too empty not to not think. You don't understand. We weren't like this. I wasn't like this. We were happy. And I didn't want to lose her, but I knew she was leaving. Not physically, but in her head she was leaving me. She was with someone else. Someone else when we were together, someone else when we were in bed. She was always with someone else in her head. She looked at me, but she didn't see me. We met him at a party a few months ago. I knew something was happening because her eyes didn't see me. They went to him when they did. All she saw was him. She would tell me that nothing was wrong, that I was imagining things, that she loved me, but how can she love me when I'm not there? I wasn't there to her. I was gone. I was someone she might have known once, but now she saw him. I used to love the feeling of her. She'd cuddle into my side when sleeping. I could listen to her breathing. It was my lullaby, my little song. I always slept so well with Annabelle by my side, but after her eyes looked away, I couldn't sleep. I would lay awake at night watching her, waiting for those deceitful eyes to open, to reveal the truth that the love was gone. She never saw me. She never saw me. As if I was gone. I was invisible. I wasn't there. She smelt like the sea after a storm. I waited for so many nights for her to open her eyes, endless days waiting for her to really look and see me standing there, but every night her eyes stayed closed. Every day she looked through me, like I was made of glass, but I'm not glass. I didn't cut her because she tried to put me back together. I cut because she left me broken. You see, these people in my head, they spoke to me when I was no one. And no one else saw me. They knew what she was doing. I wrote them down, what I could make out, and it eventually became clear what I had to do, and I had to take it.
Take what?
Take it. The thing, the one that looked away, the eye that looked away, the eye that didn't see me anymore. I thought if I took out her eye, she would stay. Because she couldn't see him. She would stay. I was so sure she could stay, so I waited every night, but they just stayed closed.
But what happened the night you were apprehended?
Well, she saw me.
Wasn't that what you wanted? For her to see you?
No. She saw me in the doorway, watching her. She knew I had been watching her, and she got scared. Scared that I would take him from her eyes. She cried when I shouted. I went to her and she tried to run, and the mattress fell on us, and it was dark. It was just too dark to see the eye, so I had to move it. She tried to scream, so I held her throat. But she moved too much. I held on tighter. I held too tight, and the screaming stopped. The moving stopped. But that's when I could take the eye.
And how did you take the eye?
I tried with my fingers, but it was too big. Well, mine, they were too big. She had such small eyes. I went to the kitchen and got a knife. I cut her lashes, and it was wet and slippery in my hand, and it snapped like a rubber band when you pull it too hard.
What did you do then?
Then the voices stopped. They left me lonely, even though they promised that they wouldn't. So I thought I'd done them wrong. I thought I'd done it wrong. So I picked up Annabelle, took her down to the basement, and I had to go. I went to answer the door, but there was red on me, red everywhere. So I took off my clothes and wiped the hands clean and put on the boxes she got me last Christmas, the blue ones. The police were at the door, and they came in. They said someone had heard screams, but I was so careful. I was sure. I told them no screams here, just me. I let them in, made them tea. They didn't know. They couldn't have known, but I knew, and then I I heard her heart beating. And it couldn't have been, but it was beating still for him. After all the work I had put in, it still beat for him. I ran down to her, stood over her, and shouted, told her to make it stop, begged her, but the thumping was getting louder, and they saw her. Saw me, stood over her, put metal around my wrists, and brought me here. And now you all see me. But I'm still gonna be alone. You're gonna take me away and put me up where it's just me, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted the voices. That the sort of thing you were hoping for, Doctor? Just crazy enough to sort of justify what he'd done.